Okay, principles of engineering. We made our solar cars, and our solar cars work pretty good. Now we're going to add a little extra layer of complication to our circuit designs. When we made our solar cars, they only went one direction, either forward or backwards, depending on where we put the motor. Well, this is called a Cortex, and the Cortex will allow us to program our motors to be able to do whatever we want. So let me go ahead and give you a general run through of what the Cortex actually does. This is what's called a microcontroller, and there's a whole lot of different things that we can do with this. So let's go ahead and just look at the ports, and the ones that are going to be important to us, because these are also used as part of a robotics competition in the old days too. They use a completely different upgraded system now, but the very first thing is, this is where we're going to be inputting our power. So we have our batteries. These batteries have this plug type hookup. We're going to be plugging those in from this side like so. Okay, so it just snaps into place right there. Make sure you get the side that has the clip going with the side that goes up here. The shape should match up, and then you should be able to just clip it in, no problem. Make sure that it doesn't, see if I can actually get it to go. Have to be careful because these little metal plugs inside, sometimes they get moved over to one particular location or another, so I'm going to try to... Looks like I picked the best one for this. You may have to move these prongs to get them less stuck on the side. There we go. Let's try that. There we go. So it just snaps into place, and then after that you can also take it and you can wiggle it back out of place, and that'll be how you get your power. There's also a couple of other things on the microcontroller. There is a USB port right here in the middle. What we're going to be doing at the beginning is we're going to be using a USB cable to plug it directly into the computer to download our program in, but later on we can actually use a wireless adapter to hook up a remote control to it as well. So that's what this port is for. There are ports on the side, and notice it says motor, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We can plug 10 motors in, but there's a couple of little specific parts, and you can kind of look inside. See how that kind of looks like a little mini breadboard inside? That's because we can actually plug stuff in, just like we had been plugging stuff inside the breadboard as well too. These go with the motors or the servos, and the way that it works is whenever you plug it in, this jumper has two prongs, and the two prongs fit on the left side of your microcontroller. Let's see. Be careful when you're putting them in there. Make sure that it fits just right. And you want to get the shape to match up. There it goes. And it fits in like so. Okay, now you may have also noticed that motor 1 and motor 10 are only going to have two prongs, but motor slots 2 through 9 are going to have three little prong slots inside. What that's for is you can add a part to the motor that's called an encoder, and the encoders look like this. You can use this encoder by plugging in the two prong to the two prong. Make sure you match up the wires. You want red to go with red, and plug them in like so. And then on the other side of the encoder, there's three prongs. That's because now, instead of just having positive and negative, red and black, we're going to have positive, negative, and data as well too. So we can actually send data back and forth to the motor. This will enable us to use something like if we want the motor to go at half power, or if we want the motor to go at half power for a little bit and then move on, we can program it to do that, but we're going to need this encoder to be able to do such a thing. So make sure you get the direction right on this one too. You want the little tab, see how this has like a little tab right here? You want this tab to be pushing down towards the bottom, and all three prongs should just snap into place. I might have been lying to you on that one. I totally lied to you on that one. I'm sorry. You've got the prong down here, this little shape. you want this little shape to be facing upwards. And you'll know, like, because if you put it in there, it should just like slide right into place. If you try to put it in the wrong way, it's gonna fight you. Don't force it if it's fighting you. That means that you're doing it wrong. Okay, so motors 2 through 9 have the opportunity to be able to have a encoder put on it as well, so you can actually program that spots. Motor slots 1 and 10 cannot be programmed to do specific motor speeds. It'll just be on or off, so you can use that to turn a motor on or off, but you can't actually use that to program anything. Then we've got the sensors over here, and there are 8 analog sensors and there are 12 digital sensors, and then there's SP down here. This is for the speaker, so you can actually have a speaker and hook it up to there as well. I'll make a whole nother video for the analog sensors and the digital sensors, but they're going to be 3 prongs just like the encoder here, and they fit in the same way as well, except these will actually go the way that I was talking about earlier. These prongs will actually go down. You don't want to put motors inside here. So what I just did, where you've got the motor hooked up to it, this is a very bad idea. You want to put sensors in here. Okay. The power switch is over here. It says off and on. If you click on that, that will actually, if it's got power on, will actually turn it off and on. And let's see here. Is there anything else that we need to talk about? I think that's pretty much it. We're not really going to worry about this over on this side. Y'all have a great day.